guys, how's it going? So first of all, this is today's daily challenge, and second of all, my throat's kind of dry, so if I start getting all raspy and stuff, I'm really sorry, but I really can't help it that much. Anyways, let's go over what the daily challenge actually is. It's called High Charity, and with some of the best sacrifices around, beat Space Truckin' hard, start around 40 with 6,000 cash, you get 3 of each tower, and 7 max. So, was it kind of difficult? Yeah, I guess it was a little bit difficult, but it wasn't ridiculously hard or anything like that. I beat it on my second try. No lives lost, so it really wasn't that bad. I think that people are probably going to have a little bit of problem with the camos, and maybe getting enough popping power and beating level 46. That's probably what I see. Yeah, the start's kind of hard, and then once you get to some of the later levels, you got super monkeys, so it's really not that big of a deal. Plus, this is kind of an easy level. So, let's go over the strategy anyways, just in case you guys are having any problems. I started off with a 2-2 glue gunner, put him on last, and then I also got a 2-2 mortar. And the only real big problem is the very beginning. You want to micro your mortar just a tiny bit. Just make sure you pop the ceramics fast enough and you'll totally be fine. Your glue should hit all the ceramics, and then your explosions will be able to pop the ceramics pretty fast, and then your glue will do all the work. Now after that, you want to save up for a super monkey, which I can see people not really thinking about doing, is getting a super monkey from the start. Or I'm kind of soon. But for level 46, yeah, the laser monkey will actually beat level 46, so that's kind of surprising. You usually need to save up for a plasma or something along those lines. Level 49, it's a little bit tough, but it really isn't that bad. You might just have to put your super monkey, switch him from strong to first a little bit if you want to keep it no lives lost, and that's really about it for the super monkey. Then you want to just save up for a Robo Plasma, so a 2-3 Super Monkey. Now another thing that might be a little bit difficult for you guys, which isn't that bad for me, is switching your Super Monkey from strong to first to whatever you need to do to pop the Moabs and get them down to ceramics fast enough. You obviously want to get them down to ceramics so you can use your glue before they run out of the range of the glue tower and you can't glue them ever again. So yeah, that could be bad news. Just make sure you keep your super monkey either on strong or first just to pop the Moabs. Usually I keep it on strong, and then if a Moab gets too far, I put it on first, pop the Moab, and put it back on strong so I can pop the other Moab. That's what I did. I think that's what you guys are going to have to do. You could probably leave it on first and you probably will be okay, but I'm not going to guarantee that. I recommend just doing a little bit of micro, guys. It's a little bit difficult, so yeah, just do that for me. All the camo rounds really won't be that difficult because you got a 2-3 mortar for level 47. And don't forget to get that guy. You're going to need him for level 42 in the first place, so 47, yep, definitely important. Level 53 as well. You might have to micro a little bit on level 53 just in case your mortar actually does end up missing or something like that. The next thing I wanted to mention is you just want to save up for probably a Roboplasma and then a Sun God. I think the Sun God is probably one of the best things to go. I mean, you could go 2-3 Roboplasmas and you'd probably do just as fine. Leave them on strong, you'd be fine. But I recommend going for a Sun God. Now, you're probably going to afford it right around level 77. And if you notice that I actually had a little bit of trouble beating level 77, but then again, you guys got to remember, you do have that mortar special, that 0-4 or 2-4 mortar ability. So feel free to use that ability. If you feel like you're getting in trouble, just use it. Alright? Now another thing that I did, like I was saying before, is the super monkeys. You got to be a little bit careful with the strong in the first, especially on these levels right around when you're about to get a Sun God. Just because you're saving up like $16,000, so the rounds are getting kind of tough. After that, just watch out for level 78, level 81, 84, those all can be a little bit difficult, and level 83. Okay, this is probably the next hardest one. Remember that you got your ability for that mortar, but just make sure none of those camo hearts just randomly don't get popped. Watch out for that, guys, because I can see it happening. It kind of happened to me, but I microed a little bit around it, so it definitely worked out for me. And I guess that's really all I got for the strategy, so let's talk about something else for a little while, and that's what we're going to talk about is global warming. So there's a lot of controversy about global warming, and there's obviously no perfect facts about proving global warming or disproving global warming. Now there's obviously two sides to the whole idea. There's either global warming, well, we know global warming is for a fact happening, okay guys? The real controversy is what's causing it. Some people say It's all natural. You can't change it. We couldn't possibly affect the entire Earth. And then you got the other people saying, we put out tons and tons of carbon dioxide and all these and all these greenhouse gases that make the Earth get so much hotter. So who's right? Well, I'm going to give you my opinion. I'm going to say definitely it's the greenhouse gases. It's not naturally happening. Or if it is naturally happening, humans are causing it so much more, or causing global warming much, much more than the natural causes. Now you guys have to understand, global warming's been happening and not happening for a really long time. We're actually coming out of an ice age. We had like an ice age about 10,000 years ago or so. So we're technically coming out of an ice age still. So that's why people argue, well, you know, we're coming out of an ice age. We're going to keep warming up and warming up. And then some other people argue, they're like, there's a clear set of data that shows carbon dioxide levels versus heat levels on the entire Earth. So there's just so much debate going on. I'm not really going to give you a whole detailed controversy or anything like that about my personal viewpoint, but I'm going to tell you I do definitely think it does happen. Humans cause it. It could be somewhat natural, but the natural causes are so much more limited compared to what we actually cause. And just another fact really fast before I end the video, guys, it's not just carbon dioxide. There's a bunch of crap that we put in the atmosphere and spew into the atmosphere to heat it up. Just a cool fact about it is carbon dioxide, something like, if we pretend like carbon dioxide is like 1 times a heating agent, there's actually heating agents in our atmosphere that are hundreds, if not thousands, times as good as a heating capturer. So it captures more heat. That's what carbon dioxide does, is it captures heat. So there's chemicals in our atmosphere that we release that absorb like thousands of times the heat that carbon dioxide does, which is just plain ridiculous. So if you guys like this video, please press the like button. I'll definitely appreciate that. And subscribe for some awesome Bloons Tower Defense 5 stuff.